eres de gracia, el Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres, y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre, Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and at the hour of our death. Amen. Merry Christmas.
Feliz Navidad.
Yep. It's amazing how you hear a lot about Christmas before Christmas and then after Christmas. People
Don't
just,
hear it anymore.
yeah, I know. They just slip into Happy New Year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But it's still Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
Next week is the Feast of Mary, the Mother of God.
This Friday is Holy Family.
This Friday is Holy Family. The Sunday after is Epiphany.
Mm-hmm.
And the Sunday after is the Baptism of the Lord.
Yeah.
So there's still...
Way for Christmas.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
El padre Larry está diciendo que es increíble que como antes de Navidad todo el mundo habla de Navidad, pero cuando llegue Navidad se acaba Navidad. Y tenemos que recordar que la Navidad sigue. Entonces todavía este viernes vamos a tener la celebración de la Sagrada Familia, luego el domingo vamos a estar celebrando María la Madre de Dios, luego el siguiente domingo vamos a estar celebrando la Epifanía y el siguiente domingo el bautismo del Señor. Entonces, para que lo tengan en cuenta.
Christmas with a capital C goes on for quite a while.
Yeah, so Christmas ends for all the commercial things, but we Catholics are still celebrating Christmas 12 more days.
Yeah, yeah.
Have it in mind. Entonces, Navidad con una N mayúscula está diciendo el padre Larry, porque es la verdadera Navidad. Entonces, por ahí estaban diciendo que terminó la Navidad comercial, que se acaba con el 25, porque se acaban la venta de regalos y de cosas, pero sigue la Navidad cristiana, que es nosotros celebrando el nacimiento de nuestro Redentor. Recordemos que para nosotros son 12 días de Navidad más.
Yep. Yeah, it is. I must admit, I've been fighting a winter cold for 2 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
I think 2 weeks. And I keep testing for COVID, and it's negative, and I have no fever, but I have the plain old-fashioned winter cold, chest, nasal thing.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be getting better. But maybe I'm getting used to it. It's like everything else, right? It's like your eyes adjusting to the dark.
El padre Larry está diciendo que les comente que él ha tenido como un resfriado últimamente ya durante 2 semanas. Se ha hecho la prueba del COVID diariamente, pero siempre sale negativo. Entonces es solamente el resfriado que da en invierno con el dolor de pecho, congestión, y ya está mejorando un poco.
Yeah. So I think I've been doing more sleeping than usual.
¿Y cree que nada más ha cambiado en que ahora está durmiendo un poquito más de lo normal?
People don't hesitate to say to me, "You look terrible."
Just, you know. Que la gente no se calla diciéndole que no se ve bien.
Yep. It's a sign of love, I think.
Y que él dice que es un símbolo de amor.
So I'm getting extra sleep, and I'm drinking fluids constantly.
Y que está durmiendo un poco más, pero también está tomando mucha agua.
Which is probably not a bad idea at this time of the year anyway.
Uh-huh. Y que no es una mala idea para esta época tampoco.
And we're both grateful for all the kind thoughts and gifts and donations that people have been giving us.
Uh-huh.
This is an amazing congregation, very caring and loving and supportive.
Uh-huh. Y el padre Lara y yo estamos muy agradecidos con todos ustedes por el cariño, los mensajes, los regalos, las cartas y todo lo que hacen por nosotros siempre.
Yep, we're just lucky.
Que somos,
Churches all look beautiful.
Todas las tres iglesias se ven muy bonitas.
Yep, a lot of people helped to decorate, which was wonderful. And it's just, they're very bright, welcoming. We had 2 graduate students from Yukon who stopped to visit St. Mary's after the 10:30 Mass on Christmas. And they're from overseas, and they just wanted to see, they're not Christians, they just wanted to see what Christians do on Christmas.
Y el domingo pasado, que fue Navidad, después de la misa de los 10:30 en St. Mary's, el padre Larry conoció a 2 estudiantes que no son cristianos, sino son de este país, pero solamente tenían curiosidad de ver qué hacen los católicos en Navidad.
Yeah. And I think they expected that we would have things going on in the church all day long. And I explained that attendance at church is part of Christmas, but that after people have come to church, they spend time with their families, their extended family, their immediate family, their friends. And you know, the interesting thing is, after young people get married, they're torn between 2 families that they were part of, and now they have to split their time and do traveling. And so I know for some it can be a stressful time. And this year, with all the losses of loved ones, it's particularly difficult, I think, for many families as well, because there's so much emotion and memory involved in Christmas. And separated by distance, as you are from your folks, it's hard to be far away. Virtual greetings are not the same.
No.
Better than nothing, though.
Yeah, that's right.
And better than a card.
Oh.
Yeah.
Entonces, estos jóvenes que vinieron después de la misa de las 10:30 estaban pensando que de pronto nosotros teníamos cosas pasando todo el día durante Navidad. Entonces el padre Lara les explicó que la misa es una parte de nuestra celebración de Navidad, pero la celebración de Navidad se extiende a compartir con familias y seres queridos y amigos en ese día. Entonces que la misa no puede durar pues todo el día por eso mismo, porque se extiende a todo. Pero el padre Larry también dice que en algunas familias es complicado cuando se casan o cuando están de novios, que se tienen que dividir entre las 2 familias, o las familias que están en otros países y que estamos distanciados, y que pues no es lo mismo saludarnos en línea, ni una llamada, ni un mensaje, pero es mejor que nada. Entonces, para los que pueden, entonces aprovechar con los que están cerquita.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of memories. We were, Father Michael and I were just talking about the history of this house and all the people who have lived here over the years. And of course, I wasn't in this house all the time that I've been in Willimantic, but I was here in the late 70s, early 80s, and then on Prospect Street at the campus ministry for 25 years, maybe, and then back here in 2010, and it's hard. It's hard to move, even within the same town. You get attached to one space, and but it brings back memories of all those priests who were here. And we just heard today about the death of Father Walter Nagel's father.
Yeah.
So our hearts go out to Father Ash, whose brother died, and Father Nagel, whose father died, and they're both assigned to the same parish.
Oh, okay.
So it must be so difficult for them. So we'll be praying for them and calling them.
El padre Larry está haciendo referencia de también pues que hay familias que tienen memorias dolorosas durante estas épocas, y que también es una época pues para recordar y para sentir y pues para experimentar todo esto. Y hace poco estábamos hablando con el padre Larry de toda la historia de la casa y de todos los sacerdotes que vivieron aquí, y de los que fallecieron y de los que siguen en otros lugares. Y también en relación con todo esto de memorias dolorosas que pueden pasar, hace poco recibimos el mensaje de que el papá de un padre falleció y en la misma parroquia el otro sacerdote también sufrió la pérdida del hermano hace poco tiempo. Entonces los tenemos a las oraciones y debe ser un tiempo muy difícil para toda la comunidad parroquial.
Yeah. So our hearts go out to all those families that are um, in that sort of twilight zone, really, where some member of your family has died recently. There were so many people at church this weekend that we saw at each of the churches, actually, at different times, who were going through this difficult time at a holiday. I think New Year's is not quite the same. Christmas is...
Yeah, December, the whole thing is different.
Yeah. And the darkness, I think.
Yeah.
You know, because interestingly enough, the darkness drives us into our houses. Well, the darkness and the cold.
Yeah.
Drive us into our houses, and when we're in a more confined space, I think there are more things that remind us of loved ones than when we're able to be outside, and there's, you know, some a chair or some food, particular food that brings back memories.
Entonces el padre Larry también dice que tuvimos bastante gente este fin de semana en las Eucaristías, pero también mucha gente que está pasando por estos momentos difíciles en que un ser querido está enfermo o está muriendo o murió. Y como en estos tiempos donde es más oscuro y más frío, todo eso nos lleva a pasar más tiempo en nuestros hogares y pues hacer cosas que regularmente hacemos. Pero esas mismas cosas que hacemos regularmente nos hacen recordar de aquellos que ya no están, como sentarnos en la sala y recordar la silla donde se sentaba, o una comida, y pues todo eso trae memorias.
But there were a lot of people in church for the weekend, which was great to see the number of people, because there were more masses than usual weekends, and still just about every one of those masses had a good attendance. And the music, we had music at all the masses, which I think helped for a lot of people. And altar servers.
And we have new altar servers.
I know, isn't that something?
That is nice.
So,
That was nice.
Yep.
So there were 4 at the 4.
4 servers at the 4.
I have 2 servers at the 5. No, at the 10:30.
Yeah. At the 5:30 I had none.
No. You have anyone at midnight?
Yes.
Yeah, two of the 4 repeats.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And I have a new one at 7:30.
Yeah.
And Sunday you didn't have. Do you have anyone else?
Yes, 2 at 10:30.
They repeat or new ones?
They were repeats from 4 o'clock.
Okay, so
Yep.
we have around 7 new altar servers.
Yeah.
So it is
But we
great.
have more than that, right?
Yeah.
But some of them were away the weekend or with their families, so they weren't all there. But
it is so awesome to have kids around again, helping the altar, and to see them just nervous and dressed in the Alps and in the cassocks and everything, walking around. That is very, very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's really.
Entonces el padre Larry estaba diciendo que este fin de semana recibimos bastante gente en todas las misas, y también empezamos a recibir pues los niños que se habían estado preparando para que fueran monaguillos o acólitos o servidores del altar, como les digan, pero tener este fin de semana empezaron 7 de ellos a servir pues en todas las iglesias, y es algo muy bonito también volver a tenerlos dentro de la iglesia.
Yeah. It was really wonderful. Life goes on, though. And so we were both called on to anoint and to visit people who were ill. I mean, that, in a way, that's what we're here for.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we try to do as much as we can, but I know I had to gown up for one of the anointings, and that hasn't happened in a long time, but we're back. It's COVID is still around. So is this respiratory thing that I thought I might have at first, but that seems to be clearing up very nicely. Thank heaven. And the flu, the regular flu, is around. And so is this winter cold that...
around.
Yeah. I've been pretty good about wearing my mask. And I don't hesitate. I wear the mask when I go shopping, partly because I don't want to give this to anybody, you know. And, yeah, but I think it's been a good Christmas. The schedule for next week for New Year's for Mary, Mother of the Redeemer, is almost the same as a regular weekend, except there is an additional mass at 10:30 at Sagrado Corazon, 10:30 p.m. Saturday night. And that's a long-standing tradition there that I think probably started maybe with Padre Roberto.
Oh, okay.
I think that's been there from the beginning, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Entonces el padre Larry está diciendo que estuvimos bastante ocupados en los días de Navidad y también no solamente con las misas, sino que también fuimos llamados del hospital y del Living Center para ungir gente y para eso estamos, pues. También el padre Larry está diciendo que el horario para el siguiente fin de semana es como el de un domingo normal, con la excepción que tenemos una misa más, que es la de las 10:30 de la noche en Sagrado Corazón.
Yeah. I don't expect that we will see the same number of people at the masses that weekend that we did.
It would be nice.
It would be wonderful.
It would be wonderful.
I know.
Yeah, but we know that those things do not happen very often.
No, and people, I think people make an extra special effort at Christmas. I've always insisted, and you have to listen to me say this over and over again, but the October count is not an indication of how many Catholics are in the area. It's an indication of how many regular attendees there are. But I think Christmas and Easter are a better indication for us of the number of Catholics in the area. Yeah. And the numbers go up, partly because families are scattered and they gather for the holiday. So,
and the children living in other places, in other states, they came to visit.
Yeah. There were a lot of children at Mass for Christmas.
Whole families. That was very nice to see.
That was great.
Entonces sabemos que no vamos a tener la misma cantidad de gente viniendo a las misas del próximo fin de semana porque sabemos que muchos estaban visitando o estaban alrededor o hacen un esfuerzo más grande para venir a las misas de Navidad. Sería genial, pero sabemos que puede que no pase. Entonces, solamente eso.
Yeah. You won't remember this, of course, and maybe some of our listeners won't remember this, but I think many will, that when Father Regalado was here, I don't know whether he had started the tradition, I think probably he did, of having a Christmas village. And I think that's, I know I've seen it on YouTube. in France, on one of the channels that I watch periodically. So I think it may be a European custom. I know it's part of an Italian thing, to have not only the manger, but to have like a little village with
in Colombia we do that.
You do that in Colombia too?
Yeah. When I was growing up, the tree was like this space, and all that space was for the manger.
It was a village.
Yeah, it was a village, and the manger was just on top of all the village.
Yeah, like an old man with a bundle of sticks, and
a
lady with a basket of bread.
We sometimes with a little bowl with water and some dogs or something around.
Yeah.
Some fishermen. Even the kids put cars and trains and planes and raptors or whatever the toys they have around. So.
Yeah. Father Gonzalo was very devoted to that, and every year I think it was different, and it got bigger. And
but where they did it?
It was in the hall, in the church hall.
Here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we don't have anything that's nearly that elaborate now. We have the wooden figures that were a part of the manger for the Daughters of the Holy Spirit.
Okay.
At their provincial house.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a tree there, and those figures, which reminds us. So if there's an event in the hall, it keeps us focused on Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
But that village was something else. There was running water in it, and everything. It was really amazing. Little lights in the houses. And
yes. That is the way that I grow now.
Yeah. So it would be nice to go back to that if maybe we got the CCD children involved. Because I'm always amazed at the fascination that Americans seem to have with gnomes, garden gnomes.
Yeah, I don't like them.
Yeah, but this is kind of a variation on that, and you see in those little villages with toadstools, with little windows on the side and everything. I think there's a fascination with miniaturization.
Oh yeah.
And fairy villages and all that, but unfortunately, the little Christmas village seems to have fallen on hard times. But it's not like it isn't something that we couldn't begin again.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is
the one at Sagrado Corazon is like a small, tiny village.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is finding place to store all of that.
Oh yeah.
For the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe it could be a family project. So each family would take part of it home, and then they would reassemble it. I don't know.
Yeah.
It would have to come from the congregation, though. For it to be more durable as a tradition.
El padre Larry está contando que cuando estuvo el padre regalado aquí hace ya bastantes años, antes de que Sagrado Corazón fuera Sagrado Corazón, la comunidad hispana seguía inspirada por él, me imagino. Un pesebre bastante grande que parecía como un pueblo completo. Entonces yo le cuento que así es como lo hacemos en Colombia, con muchas casitas, muchos animalitos y todo el pueblo. Y ya en un rinconcito la casita con Jesús, María y José. Jesús, María y José. Y es diferente aquí en Estados Unidos, que en muchas partes es solamente la casa con Jesús, María y José. Entonces el padre Larry dice que sería bonito volver a esa tradición, pero que sería bonito que naciera de la comunidad y buscar las figuritas y dónde guardarlas el resto del año y dónde ponerlas para que también nos recuerde pues que estamos en Navidad.
Yeah, on one of the YouTube channels they were visiting a Christmas market.
Okay.
And at the market they were selling the little houses, and
Oh, okay.
and they're all handmade. It's just wonderful to see.
Okay. In
all of
Colombia, even Coca-Cola, they put the Christmas houses around. That you change tops of the bottles
the
of
bottles?
Coca-Cola, and they give you the carton, the cardboard, and you cut it and stick it and everything, and you have a lot of houses around.
Oh, that's great.
But they don't look like Jerusalem houses; they look like U.S. houses.
Yeah.
So when I came here, it looks like a manger for me.
Yeah.
So it's different. Entonces, le estoy diciendo al padre Lara que inclusive cuando nosotros lo hacíamos en Colombia, había compañías como Coca-Cola que daban casitas de pesebre y todas las casitas, pero no parecían casas de Jerusalén, sino más bien como casas de este país para poner en el pesebre que amábamos.
There used to be a wonderful little store here, a Christmas shop, on Route 14 going out toward Wyndham Center.
Okay.
And they would sell but they looked like American houses.
Uh-huh.
Little houses and things for people who wanted to do a Christmas village.
Oh, okay.
And I've seen them done with train sets.
Oh,
so
yes,
there's a Christmas village
yes.
and there's a train that
like
goes
the Polar
through.
Express
Yep.
and things like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Y el padre está diciendo que aquí también estaba haciendo mención de tiendas de Navidad donde vendían todas las casas pequeñas y todo para hacerlo en Navidad. Inclusive también había una tienda por aquí cerquita, tienda de Navidad, donde vendían todas las cosas pequeñitas que son como miniaturas de las casas que existen para ponerlos en el pesebre, pero que también había con un camino de tren y otras cosas.
Of course, we have a Christmas train here in Connecticut. Have you ever been to Essex?
Yeah.
Over by the Connecticut River.
Yeah.
And there's a train there that Santa Claus comes to visit, and they make a little trip up the Connecticut River, and the track runs along the side of the river, and they have special schedules, I think, around the holidays, depending on the weather. But I've never been on it, but I see it advertised. And I don't know if they advertised it this year, but I see it advertised. I've seen it advertised, and what a wonderful outing for small children and their grandparents, and yeah.
Y hay un pueblo cercano que se llama Essex, donde tienen en efecto un tren de Navidad, que el padre no ha ido, pero lo ha escuchado aumentar y que sería como un plan bonito para ir en familia.
Yeah, an old steam train. So it looks like an old steam train.
Ay, que parece como un tren de vapor viejo.
Yeah, yeah. Wonderful customs. It's important to keep that sort of thing alive, and yeah. Most of all, I think it's about community, right?
Yeah.
Basically, and that should make us all the more sympathetic for, especially the homeless and people who are alone during the holidays. That we go out of our way to reach out to them, to see how they're doing, check on them. And we should be doing that all the time, not just at Christmas, but especially at Christmas.
Y entonces el padre Labre dice que es bueno recordar en ese momento que es un tiempo de comunidad y de revisar cómo los otros están, y que eso lo deberíamos hacer siempre, pero en este tiempo de una manera más especial.
Yeah. Well, there's no CCD next week.
No, sí, next week.
But there is in 2 weeks.
Yes. On the 8th?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Epiphany.
Yes.
3 Kings.
Yes.
Ooh.
Oh. Yeah.
You're going to do something 3 Kingy for the Epiphany?
I don't know, maybe.
Oh. Because I know at Sagrado Corazon there's a play.
Yes, they are practicing already.
They're practicing, yeah, for the 3 Kings. I know it doesn't help at all to talk about the fact that the Magi are not really referred to as kings, but
Yeah.
tradition,
Tradition,
I
yeah.
know. You know?
They work for kings, so...
Well, and the Magi were not only men.
Yeah. Or we don't know. Or we don't know how many were there.
That's right. It doesn't say how many. It just says 3 gifts.
But it's the same that all the people think that the Adam and Eve eat an apple. There is no apple in the Bible.
There's no mention of the apple. So, I know.
Mm-hmm.
We got to work on that.
Entonces recordarles que no hay educación religiosa para los niños ni este fin de semana, no, este fin de semana no hay, pero sí nos vemos en el siguiente, que es el 8 de enero, para que estén pendientes. Y recordar que ese día también es el día de la Epifanía, también conocido como de los Reyes, pero no vamos a aclarar por qué les decimos reyes si no fueron reyes, y tampoco sabemos cuántos fueron, ni sabemos si fueron solo hombres o también había mujeres entre ellos, pero la tradición dice que son 3 reyes, entonces por eso los recordamos como los 3 reyes.
Well, and you're interestingly mentioning the 8th of January. There will be people who will celebrate Epiphany on the 6th.
In Colombia, you celebrate it on the 6th.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. Even though liturgically this year it's on the 8th.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I think Wyndham Public Schools traditionally have closed on the 6th of January.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah. We'll be celebrating it liturgically on the 8th. Mm-hmm. But I think there will be many celebrations in town on the 6th. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Y el día de la Epifanía, sin embargo, aunque es litúrgicamente va a ser celebrado el 8 de enero, mucha gente lo celebra el 6 de enero porque es tradición en muchos países, y el padre Lara dice que cree que aquí todas las escuelas públicas de Wyndham van a cerrar o celebran ese día de una manera diferente en el 6.
Yeah. Many years ago, it was my good fortune to be in Puerto Rico, in San Juan, for a wedding, which was on the 7th of January. So I was there for the 6th.
Oh.
And we couldn't have the rehearsal for the wedding the day before because the 6th...
Kings were going there.
Oh my, the Kings were everywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but what a wonderful time to be there. Mm-hmm. And it was so warm. It was so warm. It was in the 80s.
After coming from here in the 32. Yeah.
Yeah.
Y el padre Lara está diciendo que tuvo la grandiosa oportunidad de estar un año en Puerto Rico en la celebración de los Reyes, y que fue una experiencia muy bonita. Pero que fue mucho calor en comparación de cuando estaba aquí en enero, que estaba también haciendo mucho frío.
Yeah. Yeah. But what a beautiful island. Even though we didn't go much outside of San Juan, just in flying in, and just the part of the island that we saw in the city, it was wonderful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And the cathedral there is very beautiful. The statue of Our Lady of Providence that we have a picture of at Sagrado Corazon is in the Metropolitan Cathedral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a very moving depiction of Our Lady of Providence. Yeah.
Y que el padre Lara le pareció que Puerto Rico es muy bonito, que la catedral es muy bonita, y que la imagen de Nuestra Señora de la Providencia, de la que nosotros solamente tenemos una foto, la imagen está allá en la Catedral Metropolitana, y que también es algo muy bonito.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, are we forgetting something? I think we might have covered... We still have calendars. There are still calendars at all 3 churches. If anybody wants a religious calendar with all the holidays and holy days. And episode 3 of the 3rd series of The Chosen was released Sunday.
Yep.
I have it queued up. It's an hour and 40 minutes long.
Oh.
It's a long episode. Usually the episodes are
And they were
fairly short, but this,
Okay.
at least that's what it said on the thing. So I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, but I'm looking forward to seeing it maybe tonight. We had to get the bulletin out by noon, and I have messed that up. So we got it in late. But normally I would be writing my letter on Tuesday night, but this isn't. Oh yeah, this is. No, wait a minute. Is this Tuesday?
Today? Yeah.
What is today? Today's Tuesday. Yeah, it's all very confusing. Well, that's right. Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Tomorrow's Wednesday.
Yeah, I see, whenever we have these extra holidays, I get. Yeah. I'm getting spacey.
Entonces el padre Larry está diciendo nada más que estén pendientes del tercer episodio de The Chosen, que ya salió el domingo pasado, para que todavía no hemos tenido la oportunidad de verlo, pero si ustedes tienen la oportunidad de verlo, para que lo disfruten. Yeah.
That's it?
That's it, I think.
I think so. Dios te salve María,
llena eres de gracia.
El Señor es contigo. Bendita tú eres entre todas las mujeres, y bendito es el fruto de tu vientre Jesús. Santa María, Madre de Dios, ruega por nosotros pecadores, ahora y en la hora de nuestra muerte. Amén. Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou amongst women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners, now and in the hour of our death. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the